How's it going, guys? Welcome to Seconds Out Fight Store. In today's review we're checking out the new Nike Inflict 4 wrestling boots. In this review we're going to be covering around the shoe in general, how it feels when it's on. We're going to give you a bit of a size guide, as well as showing you some of the differences between the Inflict 3 and the Inflict 4 model. We're going to be talking about why these boots are popular with boxers nowadays as well, and plenty more. So make sure you're subscribed to our channel, you stay tuned till the end. We've got all the details coming right up. Alright, so the Nike Inflict 4 wrestling boots, we're going to start this review by showing you round the boots in general, all the spec and all the detail on them. I've got the special edition ones here, which is the exact same as the standard versions, just with a fancy pattern on them. So let's get started, get stuck right into showing you around these boots. These are made from a really nice, actually before we even start that, let's just talk about how lightweight these boots are, because that kind of feeds into the materials and things as well. But these boots are super lightweight. It really, when you've got them on your feet, it just feels like you're wearing a sock. Big reason for that is this mesh construction around most of the shoe. Super breathable, making it very lightweight and comfortable. Round the toe section and the sides and the sole, we have this kind of suede material, and just above that, that grey section there is like a, I don't know, like a soft, it's a wee bit kind of like a suede material, but it feels like slightly different. It feels a bit softer, but we've got some nice wee holes on them there. Those aren't actually breathable holes, they just look like a design feature. Beautiful clean stitching all the way around the shoe, as well as this beautiful geometric style pattern on the special edition ones. And Nike swooshes this beautiful kind of shiny metallic-y red colour, makes the boot stand out really nice. Beautiful wee touch there, and that looks like it's embroidered on. On the back of the shoe, we've got the Nike wrestling text and more of this breathable mesh construction. Making our way to the front of the shoe, we've got the nice long oval style laces, very similar laces, probably the same ones actually to what they put in the Hypercale 2s, the Machomai 3s, the Tower wrestling boots. So quite a lot of these boots use this kind of oval lace design. Then we've got the Nike text on the loops just here, which is embroidered on. Nice wee design touch as well. And then making our way up to the top, we've got a Velcro tab, which doesn't come away or anything, but it's got a wee bit of stretch to it, so you can really pull that nice and tight, just secure the boot or the laces into place. You could also use this to kind of conceal the laces underneath if you want, totally up to yourself, but nice wee design touch as well. And then looking at the inside of the tongue, we've got the usual stuff, the spec, the size. Now, interesting point, depending on where you're watching this in the world, but the size of the inside of the shoe is the American size, not the UK size. We get a lot of confusion that with our customers here in the UK, because all you see is size 11 and you think that's a UK 11, but this is actually an American 11, so a UK 10. Let's make our way down to the bottom of the shoe. You've got that classic Nike Inflict grip. This is actually the exact same grip as the Inflict 3 model. We're going to show you that shoe in a second and compare them both side by side. But they've got that classic Inflict 3 grip, some more suede section around here, and this like rubber Nike swoosh. The first thing that stands out about this shoe for me is one, how lightweight it is, how beautiful the design is. This really is a super clean looking shoe. We actually have the purple one as well, which I'll also show you. So this isn't a standard one. There's about 4 or 5 different colors in the standard shoe. This is a special edition. Like I said, they are exactly the same shoe, but again, we've got some beautiful design features on the standard one as well. Again, I really love this kind of metallic swoosh that's on the side of the shoe. But yeah, just beautiful, clean, amazing looking shoes. These only came out in the summer of 2025, so at the time of making this video, it is very much a brand new shoe. And like we said, this is a direct upgrade to the Inflict 3 model. So we actually have the Inflict 3 here, and we can show you a couple of the design differences between them. So you can see when you look at them side by side, they are very similar. You can tell this is a direct upgrade to the 3s. We've got that exact same classic Inflict sole, like we said. Really breathable on the Inflict 3, breathable material, same as the Inflict 4. They have taken away this Velcro strap around the side here, which I kind of liked, but they've kind of made that kind of more like the Tower wrestling shoe. I've got one of these here as well to show you. So you can see on the Tower wrestling shoe, it's got that same section just here, the same laces. So it almost looks like a cross between both boots, between the Inflict 3 and the Tower wrestling boots. Now, like we touched on earlier, these boots are super popular for boxing. Loads of boxers are leaning towards wrestling boots now. The main difference between wrestling boots and boxing boots is the wrestling boots tend to be like a lower cut fit. They don't sit as high, so you kind of get more freedom movement, a bit more agility around the ankle, which a lot of boxers like. It's just personal preference. They are always very lightweight. Part of the reason for that is that they're not as tall and high sitting, but super lightweight. They do tend to be a wee bit thinner, more of a mesh construction, a thin mesh construction than standard boxing boots. But of course, every shoe is totally different. So that's just a rough idea of the difference between a boxing shoe and a wrestling shoe. So whether you're using this shoe for boxing or wrestling is an absolute winner. Now let's touch on the sizing on these shoes. Wrestling boots are generally very snug fitting boots. You always have to go up at least a half size, sometimes a full size. These Inflict 4 boots here are no different. So what we're going to do is take you next door and actually try these boots on, give you an idea of how they feel when they're actually on, as well as a size guide and what fits my feet best personally. It is obviously just a guide, but we can give you a rough idea on how it feels when it's on and some information on the foot compartment as well. So let's head right through and do that right now. All right, so we're going to give you a size guide on these Inflict 4 wrestling boots. I'm usually a 9 to 9.5 in shoes. For context, I'm wearing a pair of Jordan 1 sneakers, and those are a UK 9.5. So we've got the 9.5 in the purple Inflict 4s, and we've got the UK 10 and the special edition ones. So first of all, let's look at the size. The 9.5 actually feels okay, but my toe is like kind of jammed up right at the end. I don't know if you can tell in the video, but I'd maybe be worried through time that I'd end up bursting through that. With the UK 10, I've got maybe about half a thumb space in here, but my heel isn't sliding up at the back or anything. My foot feels locked into place. Both feel very comfortable, but I think going the half size up definitely gives me more of a comfortable fit. Like I said, over time with all the pushing down and pivoting and stuff, I'd worry that I'd maybe burst through those eventually with my toe already being right up at the end. I like to have that wee bit extra room in there for these shoes. So yeah, overall going up a half size I would say is your best bet. Now let's talk about the foot compartment on these shoes. I mean, man, these feel absolutely, excuse me wearing jeans by the way, instead of boxing gear. I could actually probably pull these off a pair of sneakers with a pair of jeans. They look so good. But yeah, for boxing or wrestling boots, the foot compartment is super comfortable. Very flat sole. My foot feels like planted to the ground. Brilliant grip. My heel is locked into place. It's not sliding up or anything. And overall, my ankle, although it's a low cut fit, my ankle feels nice and secure. Nice secure lace system. And this foot compartment just feels amazing. Like, they feel broken in from the start. Like, I don't feel like I would need to spend any time at all breaking them in. Nice flexible, like sock-like feel to them. And yeah, when I'm moving about, it just doesn't feel like I'm wearing anything at all. Amazing, comfortable foot compartment. So if you want something where your foot is like glued to the ground, a nice sock-like feel, pre-broken in, these are an absolute winner. Okay, so I hope that gives you some information about these boots, a bit of a walk around on them, a bit of a size guide, some comparisons to the previous models. These are priced at 120 British pounds or 125 British pounds. Obviously, depending on where you're buying these in the world, you can convert that to your local currency. But this is a really brilliantly priced shoe. They've not made this too expensive for how premium it is. You know, 120 or 125 pound is amazing value. Whether you're using these for boxing or wrestling is an absolute winner. I genuinely cannot recommend these enough for the quality and the price. You can check them out on our website, seconds-out.co.uk, where we've got fast worldwide shipping. Don't forget to check us out on social media as well, at @secondsout_, and of course subscribe to our channel. Thank you for the support, thank you for watching, very much appreciated, and we'll see you on the next one. Cheers!